It's always gonna be me, Parttwice. And like I said, it's always gonna be me, Parttwice, tearing pages out the Bible. First off, I gotta give honor to God. Even though the name of this video is tearing pages out the Bible, what are we
Battery
living?
low.
We living.
Power off.
Let's get right. Hold on. Y'all ready? Because I'm ready. How about that? Let's get my intro on. Yes, sir. We 10 pages out the Bible. Huh? Hey, before I get into that, let me take that off right quick. Alright. And we're gonna put him back on there. Yeah. Getting a little kinks out. You know. Parttwice go to church. Hey, stream Parttwice on our platforms while you at it. Hey, look, I'm not blaspheming and I'm not a non-believer. I believe in God, right? So what we're gonna do is break down Genesis and let's see if we living right, you know, because a lot of times we say we are one way, then we do the total opposite. There's no way in the world you can tell me you are a Christian, but you still sin and have no problem with sinning. But you are okay with bringing up the Bible. Now, these are the people that I have problems with. All right? Because I think it's a disconnect in the black community where a lot of black folks would like to use the Bible. And there's nothing wrong with that if you ask me. But if you really read the Bible, you would know that you're living wrong every day. We're living wrong every day. And if you're a true Christian, it would not be a broken household everywhere you go in the black community. First of all, is this our true religion? Is the first question before we even go into the Bible. Christianity was in Africa, yes. There were crusades. This is Earth, right? There's billions of galaxies out here. We're just one planet on one galaxy. So I just want to know, for the believers out there, are you truly a believer? Because if you say your wedding vows, right? Let's say you do your wedding vows. Till death do us part. honor and obey. So if we are death do us part, how can you get a divorce? For better or worse, through sickness or health, right? We ain't even getting to the Bible yet. How can you get a divorce? These are the things that you agreed to by God, right? Oh, I'm just asking, okay? Because that's a big deal to me. Honor, that's a big deal. So that brings me back to my subject. Are we living how we supposed to live, man? It was killing in the Bible. It was an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, right? That's the Old Testament, right? Well, this is why I did this show. One of the reasons, because if you can't honor the Bible, you might as well tear that shit up then, right? Excuse my language. Now, I never forget I was a little boy and my mother didn't want us to eat pork because her uncles were Muslim and they told her pork is not good for you. So all through my life, I really never really ate pork, you know, just because my mama didn't cook it. So my thing is, if it's in the Bible that pork is a food that you shouldn't eat, why do the Christians say, hey, that's in the Old Testament? I almost tore that page out the Bible. But I ain't gonna tear that page out the Bible yet because we ain't got to it yet. And I'm fast forwarding through shit. Excuse my French. But don't tell me that that's in the Old Testament no more. Because in the Old Testament, they say, honor thy mother and thy father when your days on the earth will be long. So if we take out one part of the Old Testament, why not take out all of it? It's just, nah, I ain't even gonna do it. Not right now. You ready to read? Is you ready to read? Hold on. Let's get this party started. And we finna tear some pages out the Bible. Genesis, the first book of Moses. This the King James, y'all. First book of Moses, called Genesis, the creation. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. Now, what does that mean, y'all? It's true. So this is my question. This is the creation of Earth. Earth is in one galaxy. You got Mars, Pluto, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, Earth. You got all these planets in this solar system. It's just one solar system. We're one planet. All around us, though, and other galaxies and other solar, it's trillions and trillions of other galaxies just like ours. So if you ask me, were we the first created, or were we like the billionth created? Are we the trillionth galaxy that was created? Is the creation in the beginning? So let's say we're the first. Let's say we're the first planet ever created by God. What was he doing before he created this planet? I'm just asking the question because this is gonna go into what I say in the end. God created the earth and he said, let there be light. And he was pleased with it. What was he doing before he created us? These are things we'll never know until we die. But he created it, right? And you can look outside every day and you can see when the sun comes up and when the sun goes down, day and night. You can see this. We acknowledge this every day. This is something that we have never torn out our Bible. The fact that there's night and there's day. Some people like to work at night, some people like to work in the day. Kids go to school in the day, kids go home and stay in the house at night. Some people work night jobs. Some people come out and rob at night. Prostitution happens at night. Crimes happen at night. Bad things happen at night. Bad things happen in the day. Prostitution happens in the day. People get kidnapped in the day. Bad things happen in both sections, but the night is always considered dark. And we acknowledge this every day in our minds, in our lives. And we act accordingly. Because in the dark, you can't see. But when there's light, you can see. So I'm just shedding a little light, and I just hope y'all can see what I'm finna break down to you guys. Stream Parttwice on all platforms. Hit the like button. Like, share, and subscribe. Cash App Parttwice. In the beginning, God created heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, let there be light. And there was light, and God saw the light, and it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness, and God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. Ooh. We acknowledge the water every day. We acknowledge the sky every day. We drive over bridges every day. We know what ocean we're by. If you're on the West Coast, you know you're in the Pacific Ocean. You know what coast you're on. By the waters, you know the Red Sea, the Mississippi River, the water in Flint, Michigan, the showers that you take every day. We acknowledge this every day. We can't turn a blind eye to that, can we? No, not at all. The same as the sky. When you're driving home, you gotta put your sun visor down because the sun is too bright and the clouds ain't covering up the sun so you can't see. You almost had an accident, 2 kids in the back seat. You gotta be careful, don't you? You acknowledge the sun every day when it's hot on your skin. You're like, damn, I need to get from under here. Excuse my French. Where the AC? It's hot. It's beaming. We acknowledge that every day. every day. Hmm? And excuse me if I don't pronounce the words right. I'm a hopeless sinner. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, herb yielding seed, and the fruit yielding fruit after this kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth, and it was so. The earth brought forth grass, and the herb yielding seed after its kind, and the tree yielding the fruit, and the seed was in itself, and the kind that God saw was good. In the evening, morning, with the third day, God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens, and divide the day from the night, and let there be signs, and for seasons, and for days and years. What's them signs? You know the signs when the season change, you know, oh man, it's getting cold. Don't you acknowledge that every year? Oh man, it's the wintertime, man. Hey, it's time they finna start selling thermals in the store. I'm finna buy me some boots if you're up north. If you're down south, you bragging about it, it's still warm, ain't you? Springtime, you understand it's gonna be raining all the time, don't you? In the summertime, you know you get to go to the pool, wear your bikinis, your thongs. Niggas in there showing out doing backflips for the girls. You acknowledge that, don't you? Yeah, and God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. What's the lesser light? The moon, the stars. And God let the firmament of the heaven to give the light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And then the evening and the morning were fourth day. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that have life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And when they say firmament, that means open space. And let me tell you something, man, before I even go into this. And the reason that a lot of people are vegetarians are for health reasons. Mine was for a health reason. But when you really look at these Bible scriptures and understand who was made first, man, respect the animals, man. The animals were made before human beings. If you don't believe it, won't you read your Bible? Hmm? Animals were created before us. You see this lighter? He don't want me smoking right now. I'm on the road, but I need to get my nerves right. Where my lighter? I don't know where the fuck my lighter is. Hold up. There we go. That bitch a torch. He made the animals first. He made the water, the light, everything. The first living and breathing things that were ever habitated on this earth were the creatures that swam and flow through the air. The creatures, your fish. So we're gonna go over here and read on to, what is that, 20? Okay, 21. Genesis 21. And God created the whales and every living creature that moveth with the waters, brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl and his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the air. God said, be fruitful and multiply. Is that not what he said? to the animals first, to the whales, to the sharks, to the fish. That's what he said. Be fruitful and multiply. We were all supposed to be here together, not even scared of animals. But wait, they're our, they're our predecessors. I'm just trying to, give you some light. Ain't nobody breaking this Bible down like that, but I'll break it down for you because I believe everybody should have this knowledge. Um, Let me turn this up a little bit. Okay, so he told them to be fruitful and multiply, right? There we go. Ain't no Adam, ain't no Eve, nowhere to be found. Ain't nobody thinking about no Adam and Eve right now, okay? Chill out. And God said, let us make man. Ooh, let me rewind. In the evening, in the morning, in the fifth day. Let me rewind. 21, Genesis, and God created great whales and every living creature that moveth with the waters and brought forth abundantly after their kind and every good winged fowl after their kind. And God saw it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply and fill the waters and the seas and let forth the fowl multiply in the earth. And then in the evening, in the morning of the fifth day, on the 5, and God said, let the earth bring forth a living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping things, and all the beasts of the earth after this kind, and his so on. So he said, come on, you monkeys and all the apes. Yeah, he made the gorillas first, the chimpanzees, all the cows, all your pigs, the horses. He made all that first. You hear me? And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind and cattle. And God saw it was good. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish in the sea, and over the fowl, and over the air, and over the cattle, and over the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So he gave us power to be the boss. After he made all of it, all the fish, even the biggest whale in the sea, we still the boss of that whale. Because he made us after who? After him. Whoever him is to you. Some people say aliens. Who knows? But this is what it says in your Bible. And I'm not a real strong believer in certain, like King James, but I know they took all their learnings and all their scriptures, they got these from ancient scriptures, and they put it in one book. So we reading, actually, it's just, they put the little whip on it. But you gotta, the Bible speaks in parables, Parttwice. You gotta know how to decipher this shit, so you gotta understand what we read. So we just breaking it down. And we going by what they say. And if we go by what they say, are we living it? That's all I'm saying. All right? So, he made the man in his image. He made us dominion. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And subdue it and have dominion over the fish in the sea and over the fowl of the air and over every living thing that moveth. Come on, y'all. God said, behold, I given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face and all the earth, and every tree which is the fruit of the tree, yielding seed for your meat. So he said nothing about eating the meat. He said he gave you the fruits and your trees to eat. I'm just saying, let me read it again. And God created the man in his own image. In the image of God created he, him, male and female created he, them, and God blessed them. Hey man, this is some real deep scriptures right here. The people don't never like to read Genesis, man, and appreciate the order that we are here in. I mean, man, can I read it one more time? Let's start at 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image and likeness of God, he created him, male and female. He created them. And God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it, using all the vast resources and service of God and man, and have dominion over the fish in the sea and birds of the air, and over the every little creatures upon the earth. And God said, see, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on the face of all the land, and every tree with seed in its fruit, and ye shall have them for food. And all the animals on the earth, and every bird in the air, and to everything that creep on the ground, to everything in which is the breath of life, I have given every green plant for food. And it was so. I have given every green plant for food, and it was so. You can parable it how you want it. And God saw everything that he made, and behold, and it was very good, suitable. And he approved it completely. And there was evening and there was morning, and the sixth day. Hey man, I'm just saying. I'm a vegetarian for a reason, but you have to look. The government is very diabolical. Now, in 97, I got a video with Bill Clinton, and he said in 1997, you can look it up, they're going to approve the continuation of cloning the livestock and the vegetables. So, I mean, it's everywhere, but if you clone something with a living soul that God created, that soul can turn into whatever it wants to. And if you are ingesting that, a clone hamburger, a clone cow, let's say the cow gets cloned, the cow is able to reproduce and make children, so they have cows and more food for people to eat. But you eating this, the burger at Burger King or whatever, you don't know that you eating cloned meat. So you ain't trying to hear that vegetarian, I don't want to eat just plants or whatever. They cloning the vegetables too. But like my mother said when she was voting for Hillary Clinton over Trump, I'm taking the lesser of the evil. Because I explained to her mother she was involved with the crime bill. She helped write it in 94 to get black people mass incarcerated. She said, I don't care, they changed. Okay, Joe Biden used to hang with people that was against black people going to the same school with each other. And he called us animals, and he helped with the crime bill. Same Bill Clinton wrote the crime bill. That's the same Bill Clinton that approved cloning of animals. They cloned the sheep in 97, and they was like, okay, we're not gonna clone children, we're just gonna clone the animals. And we're gonna ask the other countries not to clone children. And try to make perfect children and stronger children. But hey, this is what happened. So if he greenlight the usage of cloning livestock and the vegetables, and that's what you're eating, what are you eating? And do you believe everything the government tells you? So if he actually told you that yes, we're gonna keep cloning because it's good for science and cancer. We're studying cancer and all this. So, and he's telling you they're not going to clone children, right? And that's against moral values. Do you believe what the government tells you? Are you that green that you actually believe that they're not going to clone children? Or they haven't tried it before and seen that it fucked up? And what group of people can you try shit on? Who are the most kidnapped and missing people in the world? We got another show coming how they still using their black ladies' genes. But you know, I didn't want to, but don't nobody really read the Bible. If they really read the Bible, they would see that the fish and all the animals that are living on the earth are precious and shouldn't be eaten because they have a soul before us. He said the living plants on the earth are for us. You can take it how you want. You can. A lot of people say, okay, no. He said he's making all of that for us to eat. No, he made it specific. You just got to go back and read it, or you can just tear the goddamn shit out the Bible. Just tear it out. Just tear it out the Bible. Just don't know. He didn't say it. Until next time, I'm going to be continuing to tear pages out these Bibles because that's what we do anyway. I mean, didn't he say he made Eve as a helpmate? Help me. I don't want to be that, huh? Helpmate, please.